fellowship, and essential provisions for your Christian life. Gullion's Christian Supply and Homeschool Headquarters, where the Bible stands.
The following is a paid program and does not necessarily reflect the views of WSIC.
All right. Welcome to Heart Mooresville here on WSIC. I'm your host, Don Smyle, and it is Thanksgiving week. And as is appropriate with most Thanksgivings, people take time off. And so my effervescent co-host, Kristen Patterson, if you're listening, is taking the week off. So I hope she enjoys her time off with family. She works very hard, and so she deserves it. And so I will be standing alone today. However, we do have some great guests, which we will get to in a moment. So hope everybody out there is prepared and is fasting in anticipation of Thursday. So you have plenty of room to put all of that wonderful turkey. And so I guess I'll introduce our guest because I want to ask her some questions. So our guest is Kristen Ziese. Am I saying that correctly?
That is correct.
Okay, let's get that microphone just a little bit closer. There we go. So Kristen is are you the executive director? What is your official title?
I'm the director of development.
Okay.
So all things marketing and working with our constituents to bring them closer to the Christian mission.
Okay. So yeah, with the Christian mission, Kristen Ziese. I love that name. It just rolls off the tongue, Ziese. So we'll get into the Christian mission and their mission here in a moment. But so plans for Thanksgiving? Do you do a big thing? Do you do a small thing? Kind of tell me about your plans.
So at the Christian mission, we do some pretty big things.
Sure.
We'll have the turkey trot. It'll be Thursday. It'll begin at 9 a.m. But we have a great showing of a kids run. That'll happen at 8:30. We're very fortunate to have 1,550 signups at this point.
Wow.
So packet pickups are today from 10 to 4, and then again tomorrow for a small time right before Thanksgiving. But we sure hope to see everybody on Thanksgiving Day.
So that's what the Christian mission is doing. But you personally,
Okay.
do you have a big Thanksgiving tradition, or is it a small? What's your Thanksgiving itinerary like?
So my husband and I live at Long Island Air Park,
Mm-hmm.
and so we try to invite as many family members as possible, but typically we have some pretty busy kids, our 5 kids and our 6 grandkids.
Wow.
So sometimes we have big Thanksgivings. This year it's going to be more of a Friendsgiving, and we're excited for that too.
Excellent. Yeah, my wife and I, typically, a lot of our family lives away, and so we'll have her mother over, and it's very low key, just the 3 of us, which I kind of like. Past experience with lots of family and lots of kids and all those things, it's kind of can be hectic, but be very low key, and we don't even cook a turkey. It's just it's a lot for 3 people. So we'll end up probably doing a roast or something like that. Sometimes we'll do what are they? The small chickens,
The
Cornish hens,
Yes,
yes, which is
yes.
it's always a nice Thanksgiving change. So yes, it's Thanksgiving week, and we appreciate Kristen coming by to tell us all things Christian mission, and we'll get into that shortly. But let's talk about some of the things that are going on in and around Mooresville. And obviously, I'm not as tuned in as Christine. We like to call Christine the Oracle of Mooresville because she knows everybody and everything. However, I do have a couple tidbits that I wanted to share. So the Mooresville Arts Gallery is hosting a couple of pretty cool events coming up this week. And one of them is Rhythm and Hues, which is an exhibit showcasing 37 local and regional artists. They were challenged to create a piece of work with a theme of music in mind. And so a variety of subjects and styles are included in this exhibit. It's a multimedia exhibit featuring paintings, drawings, photography, fiber arts, poetry, and mixed media. So that's, if you're just kind of hanging around downtown and have nothing to do, pop into the depot and check out these exhibits because, Mooresville has a pretty vibrant art scene, and it's nice to showcase a lot of these local artists. So the other one is called Recreating the Masters, and it's an exhibit that's been installed in the Skylight Gallery within the depot, and 25 Mooresville artists are featured. These master artists were pre-selected, and each was assigned a master artist. Members then created a new piece of work in response to and in recreation of their master artist style. So a lot of mixed media, digital art, clay, and more. So obviously, some big things happening over at the Mooresville Arts, and we obviously want to share that with the community so that people can get out and they have some time off. You have some time off, and you're going shopping, walking around downtown, pop in the local businesses, and Small Business Saturday is coming up this week. So it's not just Black Friday. It's really a great time to support local businesses. This is a pretty cool little article. So recently, Jeff Sloan was chosen as Farmer of the Year. So Jeff is described as a person of faith, family, and farming. Those are three great things. He's also committed to agriculture, and the banquet for his award is on Thursday night. And the award was presented by the AG South Farm Credit, Statesville Kiwanis Club, and Iredell County Cooperative Extension. Obviously farming is a big part of Iredell's history, and certainly continues. And we thank all the farmers out there that feed us on Thanksgiving, which is coming up. So, but it's really cool that farmers are still being recognized. This particular family, they've been farming since 1947, when they were growing wheat, corn, oats, and hay. And they started their dairy operation in the mid-50s. So pretty cool. So just a couple things that are going on here in the local area. And as I mentioned, and I like to say all the time, there's a day and a week and a month for everything. And I like to highlight some of these things because they're pretty cool. So obviously, the big one this week is Thanksgiving, and we've talked a little bit about that already. But as I mentioned, Black Friday is happening this week. And Black Friday is actually kind of changed now because there's so much online shopping. Did you used to go out to the malls and fight the crowds for Black Friday?
Boy, before kids, but after kids, it could get dangerous.
It gets a little hectic, and then they kind of try to change that a little bit so people, weren't so as aggressive for the specific deals, and they started making them earlier and earlier, and now everything's online, which I guess makes it a little simpler. It's kind of changed the dynamic. Black Friday, which is a good thing because it got pretty crazy there for a while. But I'm not really a Black Friday shopper. I tend to buy what I want when I need it, and I don't wait for a specific sale or whatever. I know a lot of people that do. My next door neighbor and her daughter, were religious about going out every Thanksgiving, Black Friday. That was their thing. They got up at early and went out and spent all day doing it. And you know what? Whatever brings them happiness. Let's see what else is going on this week. Computer Security Day, always a big thing,
That's
especially
important.
this time of year. There's a lot of scams going on there. So always hover over your links to make sure they're coming from appropriate sources. And as I mentioned, Small Business Saturday this week. So make sure you visit a lot of the shops in Mooresville, downtown Mooresville and surrounding area, and support local business. So just some of the things going on. Obviously, we'll have much more to talk about with Kristen and Ziese when we get back from break here on Heart Mooresville on WSIC. So stay tuned.
Stick around. More Heart Mooresville with host Christine Patterson and Don Smyle is coming up on WSIC. Local starts here.
Morning clouds and a couple of showers, but really not a very wet day of weather for our Tuesday. In fact, our sunshine's coming back for the afternoon. High temperatures going to get back into the mid and upper 60s for our Tuesday. We get cold tonight, though, as temperatures fall back under a mostly clear sky into the upper 30s. Low 60s and sunny for your Wednesday, but keep an eye on the chance for scattered rain, which may impact some of your plans on Thanksgiving Day. We'll keep you posted. That's your forecast for the WSIC Weather Center. I'm meteorologist Chase Myers.
The app with Lake Norman deals. The WSIC app is out now, wherever you get your apps.
Here's your WSIC community calendar. This Saturday, Light Up Cornelius helps welcome in the holiday season with the annual Christmas tree lighting. Downtown Cornelius presents community group performances, children's activities, a sledding hill, a model train display, food, drinks, s'mores, and a visit from Santa and Mrs. Claus. Light Up Cornelius kicks off at 4 p.m. Saturday in downtown. The Cornelius holiday festivities continue on Sunday with Christmas in Cornelius. Join us at the Oak Street Mill from 1 p.m. to 6 for a festive afternoon filled with cheer and excitement, including local artisans and small business vendors, Christmas-themed inflatables and activities, local craft brews, ciders and food trucks, a Letters to Santa station, live music and performances, and a visit from Old St. Nick himself. Mark your calendars, get your shopping lists ready, and bring the whole family to Old Town this Sunday for Christmas in Cornelius. The Lincolnton Christmas Parade and tree lighting is this Sunday. The Candyland Parade rolls down Main Street at 4 p.m. Stay downtown after the parade for Santa House, carriage rides, holiday activities, and entertainment with the tree lighting ceremony at approximately 6 p.m. Visit lincolntonnc.org for parade entry forms, information, and details. Speedway Christmas at Charlotte Motor Speedway is happening now through Sunday, January 5th. The Holiday Light Show features more than 5 million lights on a 4-mile course through the oval, pit road, and infield. The show also has drive-in movies on the gigantic Speedway TV. Speedway Christmas tickets and information are available at charlottemotorspeedway.com. From our family to yours, WSIC wishes everyone a happy Thanksgiving. To keep up with all the events happening around the community and much more, including amazing local deals, download the WSIC News app today.
I Heart Mooresville. Ooh, we should put that on a t-shirt. Sorry, New York. 105.9, 100.7, WSIC. Local starts here.
All right, welcome back to Heart Mooresville on WSIC. Flying solo today is host Don Smyle, along with my new co-host, Kristen Ziese from the Christian Mission. And I appreciate her taking the time to come join us today and talk about all things Christian Mission. Before we get into that, just, I guess, tell us a little bit about your background. Are you a born and bred Mooresvillian, or did you migrate here like so many people? Kind of give us your background before you got involved with the Christian Mission.
All right, Don, thanks. So I'm an Indiana girl, moved to North Carolina, northern Indiana, Rensselaer, if anybody who's listening might know. But I have about 30 years in development, overall fundraising, all the way from institutional to community foundation. And then when I moved to the Carolinas, became a consultant. And so I've had different campaigns and different nonprofit organizations from here to North Dakota.
Wow. Okay.
So it's wonderful to be able to influence so many nonprofits that are just really the heartbeat of so many communities. I really enjoy it.
So you mentioned, starting your own business. Do you currently run a firm, and is that how you're associated with the Christian Mission? Kind of tell us that background.
Yes. So partnership, sole proprietor, right? And so I actually came to know Amy through a few events that she had. Anybody that knows Amy knows that she is very eloquent in how she describes the Christian Mission, but she's the heart and soul of the Christian Mission, and really is just fantastic in her leadership. You could also add Scotty Moore to that.
Sure.
Scotty is in charge of the client service group. That team, they are remarkable. They'll have clients walk through the door who absolutely feel hopeless. And before they leave, they realize that they have somebody looking out for them. And it's just so heartfelt. And I just really enjoy being part of that team. But Amy, Scotty, they lead it miraculously.
So, obviously your contribution over the years, you mentioned you've been involved in this for a long time. What is I guess, it takes a special person to want to be involved in fundraising. It's not an easy job. And I know, coming from a racing background in NASCAR, I spent many years on the marketing and sponsorship partnership side. and being able to present to potential partner the opportunity that exists, for a relationship is really important. And
Right.
it's not just about writing a check; it's about how each other's, how you can provide opportunity for each partner. And so, tell us a little bit about, the mission within the mission of how you bring partners to the Christian mission, and what they're looking for in terms of their involvement.
So, in my role, I will work with a lot of boards with a lot of nonprofits, or,
Hmm.
for a lot of nonprofits. And the way I have framed it up is that we're talking with people who have discretionary funds.
Hmm.
We're not talking about taking bread and milk off of people's table.
Right.
We're talking with those who have discretionary funds, and they are looking for opportunities to share and missions that are pull on their heartstrings.
Right.
And so when we work with nonprofits, we want to just make sure that we're sharing the good news of the nonprofits that we're working with. And that's exactly what the Christian Mission's able to do. The Christian Mission not only works with clients who are in the southern Iredell County, but and they walk through the door again feeling a bit hopeless, but then they are able to receive services, and it might be counseling, it might be a little bit of help with the food pantry, because if we can offer some food, then that's saving their budget.
Right.
If we can offer them some resources, again, we're saving on their budget. But as soon as we to get them settled through what their crisis is at the time, because it's people just like you and me. It could be a young family that
Hmm.
had a medical situation. It could be a senior who thought they prepared for retirement but didn't quite get there enough. And we can take them out of crisis, and then we can march them and right up the aisle to our it's our life skills program. And so
Right.
we have programs. So maybe they need help with budgeting. Maybe they never really understood IT and they don't even know how to upload a resume.
Right.
We can walk them through whatever it is that is creating that barrier. Breaking the cycle of poverty. That's what we are intending to do. 810 in the greater Mooresville, southern Iredell County. We were able to help 810 people stay in their home last year.
That's amazing.
800.
You mentioned the key word I heard there was life services, and
Mhm.
I think that's really kind of an important part of this. A lot of people don't really understand what organizations like the Christian Mission do,
Mhm.
and it's not a handout. It's really
No,
about
it's a hand
helping
up.
hand up, and it's about helping people. As you said, let's get over the crisis. Let's figure out how we can resolve that, but then let's figure out how we can give you some additional life services or life skills that will help you beyond that.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. If you want to start a small business, we have an answer for that.
Hmm.
If you need to make sure that your kids are preparing for college, we have an answer for that. And it's because, now let's circle back to being a director of development
Sure.
and fundraising. When I meet with our constituents, it's not all about the money. It's a lot of mentoring, it's a lot of volunteering, it's people that want to make a difference in so many ways. And so that's what I do. The very first thing that I try to focus on is listening.
Hmm.
Listen to what our constituents would like as far as being part of the Christian Mission team.
Right. Yeah. And listening, I think, is one of those, really important skills that a lot of people, don't have or we overlook. We tend to listen to reply and to instead of listening to understand.
Right.
And I've certainly learned that in my prior roles, and certainly in my current role as marketing manager for Parks and Recreation, is we need to listen to the community. We need to understand what it is that they want from the Parks and Recreation department.
That's right.
And we need to respond to that. And so, I think it's really important. One of the things that I found working on the 150 celebration last year, the 150th anniversary of Mooresville's incorporation, was that there's a lot of organizations within Mooresville that want to contribute. They want to be
Yes.
part of the community. They're good stewards, and they want their employees to see value in going out in the community and participating and volunteering and all the things that you just mentioned.
It's so true. It's so true. And the businesses are looking for the opportunity that suits them, right?
Right.
And it could be Parks and Rec, and it could be affiliations with Parks and Rec. But again, it's up to us to listen.
Right. Yeah, the Christian Mission, I think, is one of those organizations. I see it all the time, but I even am learning something here about the depth of services and the opportunity that people can just walk in and be, assisted, and not feel judged or not
No.
feel like they're not going to get what they need. And that's the great thing about nonprofit organizations, and we have a lot of them in the Mooresville area.
It's true, breaking the cycle of poverty, but also reminding all of those clients that they have dignity. They already had it. We're just reminding them of that and offering them opportunities to be able to have that hand up.
Right.
Hmm.
So we talked about the mission and a little bit about your background. So let's talk about some of the events that we have coming up. Obviously, one of the top ones that rises to the top here for me is the Turkey Trot, which is a 5K to feel good about. I like that.
Hmm.
And so tell us about the Turkey Trot and just kind of what the purpose is, how people could be involved, how they can support it, and all the details. Give us all the details.
Okay, all the details. So currently we have about 1,550 individuals throughout the community who are signed up. Packet pickups are today from 10 to 4 and again tomorrow from 9 to 12. We are so fortunate to have Jeff Shue and Mooresville Ford. The Shue family, they're so generous. They are our top sponsor, and Jeff will actually even be starting the race on Thursday. So take a look and say thank you to Jeff for us. But then your personal best fitness studio, that's Janet Martin. She always comes through with her generosity, but also her own volunteers, and she is right there putting stuff in the goodie bags and making sure that people have their bibs. Janet is one of our strongest partners in time, talent, and treasure. She was so kind.
I love that.
And then Shop and Save.
Right.
They always come through with
Mooresville Institution.
yeah, yeah, and they, we give them a call when it's that time of year, and they're so happy to help, and it's just such a pleasure to visit with them during that time.
So you have all of these people as part of the Turkey Trot. So what is the race? What are they racing? Where are they going? And how does this help the Christian mission?
Okay, so it starts on it starts on Broad Street, North Broad Street, so right in front of our door. Keeping in mind that we have new construction, right? So we're going to be moving here soon, but it'll be a 5K around the neighborhood. But before that, there'll be a kids run, and that's just up the street,
Oh,
right?
that's
Which
fun.
is just entertainment
Right,
value,
right.
Uh-huh. And so it will be a 5K that happens around town, and then quite honestly, everybody packs up and they go eat their turkey.
Right.
So
Right. Well, that obviously is a great opportunity for people to support the Christian mission, but also be aware that there will be a lot of people downtown running around, and
That's
so let's make it safe while we're all out there. If you happen to go out after your turkey dinner to walk off some of those calories. So. But yeah, this is this. If I lived in Mooresville, I would probably just come out to watch the kids, like you said, because that sounds like a lot of fun. But I happen to live in Harrisburg, so it's about an hour away. But I enjoy coming to Mooresville every day for work. So, all right. Well, we will be right back here on Heart Mooresville here in WSIC with our special guest, Kristen Ziese from the Christian Mission. Come back.
There's more Heart Mooresville on the way from 1059 100.7 WSIC. Local starts here.
Well, morning clouds and a couple of showers, but really not a very wet day of weather for our Tuesday. In fact, our sunshine's coming back for the afternoon. High temperatures going to get back into the mid and upper 60s for our Tuesday. We get cold tonight, though, as temperatures fall back under a mostly clear sky into the upper 30s. Low 60s and sunny for your Wednesday, but keep an eye on the chance for scattered rain, which may impact some of your plans on Thanksgiving Day. We'll keep you posted. That's your forecast for the WSIC Weather Center. I'm meteorologist Chase Myers.
Folks, here at Randy Marion Chevrolet in Statesville, we have got the brand new 2025 Chevrolet Traverse in stock, all redesigned from front to back, top to bottom, inside and out. Come see them today. We have got a great selection of these new Traverses ready for you to take home. And also, we got great discounts on our Silverado trucks. We got the regular cab, crew cab, double cabs, discounted up to $9,000 off. Great selection, Randy Marion Chevrolet in Statesville, right on I-40.
Hi, this is Bob McIntosh with the McIntosh Law Firm in Davidson. Since 1997, we have been committed to providing our clients with competent, caring, and experienced legal services. Learn more at McIntoshLawFirm.com.
The Statesville Family YMCA reminds you that older adults and those with chronic health conditions don't need to feel they must accept impaired balance and limited mobility. Build strength, improve balance, and gain confidence in your mobility through the Moving for Better Balance program. For questions and additional information, email C. Mullins at ymcanwnc.org.
Harrison's is the home of Work, Western, and Wow! We're the Southeast leader in Carhartt, and nobody has more in-stock work boots. The store is filled with Harriet, Cinch, Wrangler, and more. Get great clothing and footwear for the whole family at Harrison's. Find us on Norman Station Boulevard in Mooresville.
New lunch specials now available at Mooresville's best Italian spot, Pomodoro's. Open Tuesday through Sunday and ready to serve you the best Italian this side of the motherland. View the mouth-watering menu at pomodoros.com.
This is a Bloomberg Money Minute. The home buying market is tipping more in the buyer's favor, finally. S&P CoreLogic Case Shiller says home price gains slowed in September. Prices were still 3.9% higher than a year earlier, but the increase was smaller than the 4.3% rise in August. Realtor.com says buyers also had more options to choose from, with 12% more homes reaching the market in September compared with the year prior. Disney will pay more than $43 million to settle allegations that for decades it systematically paid female middle managers less than men in similar roles. Dow Jones reports the settlement agreement still needs to be approved by a judge. Lawyers for the 9 female plaintiffs had argued Disney paid the women $151 million less collectively than men in comparable positions. Disney had disputed the allegations. Wall Street's indexes splitting it so far. Dow losing more than 0.5%, NASDAQ rising 0.5%, S&P up 0.25%. Andrew O'Day, Bloomberg Radio.
All things Mooresville to keep you in the Noseville. Join in the conversation by calling 844-STUDIO-4. Now, back to the show.
All right, welcome back to Heart Mooresville, this special Thanksgiving edition. I am your host, Don Smyle. My effervescent co-host, Christine Patterson, has the week off. Big shout out to Christine. Hope you're having a good time. And I'll be taking vacation, I don't know, for the next month. So get ready. No, I'm kidding. So you're up. Anyway, we are having a great conversation with Christian Ziese of the Christian Mission. And I just wanted to hold this up before we got too far. So we have this amazing T-shirt for the turkey trot because we were talking about that.
It looks good on you.
Isn't that fun? And then you were mentioning some of the sponsor partners. So we definitely want to show that.
Yes.
We have our friends from Mooresville Ford. We have the Shop and Save. We have a lot. Why don't you just name all of them?
So grateful for every single partner. So Mooresville Ford, Shop and Save Market, Donahue Family, Your Personal Best Fitness Studio, First Reliance, Sawyer Insurance, and then we have Padula Excavating and Paving. We have Freeman Screen Printing, Signature Jewelers, Sweet Dreams, Charlotte Eye, Ear, and Nose and Throat, and then Blue Harbor Bank, Anytime Fitness, and we have RJK Construction. We have Jewelers on Main, NGK, Vineyard Mooresville Church, Equity Commercial Properties, Mr. Handyman, Plato's, Allstate, Stretch and Grow. We have Williamson's Chapel, Holmesley Wingo, Stephanie Reichert at Allen Tate, and then we also have the health systems of Iredell, the 70 years of Iredell Health Systems.
Yeah, and I think it's important that, people who are community-based and really are supporting the community get a shout-out. So we're happy to do that here because yes.
Thank you.
Yes. Every one of those people contributes to the success of the Christian Mission. So you and I were talking during break about some of the things that maybe people aren't aware of. We talked about life skills, and there's really some great examples of that. So I want to really get into that because I think people need to understand the opportunities that exist for the services that you offer, but also some of the things they may not know. So why don't you kind of walk us through some of that stuff because I think it's pretty eye opening.
Certainly. So overall, we serve 4,600 clients throughout the Southern Iredell area. 1.5 million in pounds of food distributed last year, and then we've prevented 810 individuals from being homeless. We gave over 140 items from the resource store, and then we have our life skills program. We had 22 participants in our August-September session, and then we have our October-November session that'll round up here very soon. But I want to say what I believe is one of the most interesting things that I learned as I got closer to Amy and the Christian mission is it's very different from Goodwill, very different from other stores that you might see. So we are very client based. In other words, when our clients walk through the door, the resource store and the pantry are specifically for our clients. So it's not just anybody can walk through the door. They first have to be vetted. Our client services group does that. Scotty Moore's team is fantastic. And right back to that's how we work to make sure that we get them out of crisis. And that could be help with their mortgage. It could be utility and rent assistance. And then in that very same moment, we walk them and tour them through the resource store. So maybe they have young children. We can help them with clothing. Maybe they have their own clothing that they need. Maybe they're even headed to a career, an interview. We have items that can help them with that. But then we also make sure that they have the food that they need. So each client receives a certain number of points, and they can come in to the Christian mission. They can spend those points accordingly, and each month that renews. It's a really remarkable, it really just the resource store and the pantry fills our clients with so much hope, and they walk out smiling. And those parents, they know that their kids are going to be able to eat and go to school, healthy. And then we also have senior companions. So we have a whole team of volunteers that take like banana boxes full of food, and they deliver them to seniors.
Wow.
At hundreds.
So you mentioned the resource store, and you mentioned, obviously it's different than, Goodwill and other places, but obviously you still want contributions and you need donations, right?
Certainly.
So tell me about that process and how people, because, everybody, especially at the end of the year, will start to clean out their house, right? They went, okay, we need to get rid of this and get rid of that, and we're going to buy something new or whatever. So how can they donate or contribute items to the resource store?
Certainly. So check the website. That would be the easiest thing.
And what is that website?
The website is thechristianmission.org.
Okay.
And we do accept donations both in the pantry as well as the resource store, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. In this holiday window, the hours might be modified just a little bit.
Sure.
So my best recommendation is to check the website. But all things.
What are the things that you look for to contribute to the resource store?
So talk to Victoria on my way here, and she very specifically said the biggest need right now is cereal. So anybody that has extra cereal, wants to go purchase cereal and bring it to our food pantry, we certainly would appreciate that. But also what's missing on our shelves is pasta sauce, and apparently she is really short on paper towels. Now, those are just the top 3 things that she gave me. If you can imagine all things for people who just need to prepare a healthy meal.
Right.
Feel free to bring them in. Second Harvest is one of our biggest partners, and we are very fortunate to be able to purchase food from Second Harvest at a discounted rate. But we are very heavily dependent on our donors. And And then from the resource store, it's always so interesting to see people have a smile on their face, especially as they're preparing for Christmas gifts. They can use their points
Right.
where they would have had a big dent in their budget for Christmas gifts for their grandkids or their children. They can find items in the resource store that are oftentimes new, sometimes lightly used,
Right.
but definitely can be used for Christmas gifts or really even just everyday household items. So that's nice as well.
So you mentioned going to thechristianmission.org to learn. I'm sure there's probably a list of things on there that are required or needed or that they generally look for, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so please feel free to visit because Victoria, she stays on top of that. So as soon as
You hear
I
that,
say
Victoria?
it, it's
You're
going to
getting a big
change.
shout out,
That's right.
so-
She's a superstar.
All right. So let's talk a little bit about, you mentioned that you're moving to a new building.
We are.
And hopefully first quarter 2025. We all know how construction goes, so that could vary. And you mentioned that you're going to double size. And so in doing so, obviously you're going to be able to improve a lot of the services that you provide. So tell us a little bit about that new building and kind of how that's going to change your mission at the Christian Mission.
Right. So we were very lucky to be able to repurpose a building that was already there of our $6 million campaign. We're able to use those funds in a very frugal and very practical way. So we're thrilled for that. That was a blessing. And as you walk through the door, you're going to meet your Christian Mission partners, but on the right, it's going to be the youth partnerships of Iredell County. So anything that children might need, we can escort you to the right side of the house, but then on the left side of the house will be NC Works. So for those who maybe need assistance finding a job or making a resume, we have options. And so we are very excited to be able to offer clients a full circle of services.
I love that, a full circle of services.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and obviously, as we all know, the need is great in all communities. And so obviously having double the capacity and being able to provide more services to people and life skills, as we talked about earlier, life skills are so important.
Absolutely.
And so I'm looking forward to that, completion of that. But as you double in size, you also need assistance. So tell us about volunteer opportunities at the Christian Mission.
So the volunteer opportunities will be vast. Our pantry specifically, well, even just moving in, let's start there. So moving in, we are going to have double and triple the volunteers. So if it is a point of interest for any of your listeners, please give us a shout. On the website, you'll see a drop-down box for volunteers. Our volunteer coordinator, Diane Smith, she's on my team. She's remarkable. And so she is constantly moving and shifting volunteers for all things Christian Mission. She's working today with volunteers for the Turkey Trot packet pickup. And then, the upcoming parade, we will be helping out with that. I mean, Diane just does so many things, but she is gearing up for the big move and everything that will be needed. So fingers crossed for us. Anybody that wants to volunteer, please check out our website. And then you're absolutely right. We are growing exponentially as far as size, and we're thrilled for that. It's going to be really an easy transition for our clients because they're going to have more space. It's going to be clean. It's going to be inviting. We're thrilled.
And where will this new space be?
So it's going to be right on Main Street, next to the Food Lion.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
And so come check us out.
So that's relatively close to where you are now. It's
Yeah,
not too far
not
down
too
the road.
far.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, that is all very informative, and I have learned so much. But I think the overall theme here is that there is a need in the community always. The Christian Mission helps serve that need in many different ways. And so if you want to contribute, whether it's through the pantry, whether it's through the resource store, or on a volunteer basis, opportunities exist for all of that. So visit thechristianmission.org to learn more. So we'll be back here on WISC and Heart Mooresville.
Stay in the know with all things Mooresville. Heart Mooresville continues next on 105.9, 100.7 WSIC.
Well, morning clouds and a couple of showers, but really not a very wet day of weather for our Tuesday. In fact, our sunshine's coming back for the afternoon. High temperatures going to get back into the mid and upper 60s for our Tuesday. We get cold tonight, though, as temperatures fall back under a mostly clear sky into the upper 30s. Low 60s and sunny for your Wednesday, but keep an eye on the chance for scattered rain, which may impact some of your plans on Thanksgiving Day. We'll keep you posted. That's your forecast for the WSIC Weather Center. I'm meteorologist Chase Myers.
Here's your WSIC community calendar. This Saturday, Light Up Cornelius helps welcome in the holiday season with the annual Christmas tree lighting. Downtown Cornelius presents community group performances, children's activities, a sledding hill, a model train display, food, drinks, s'mores, and a visit from Santa and Mrs. Claus. Light Up Cornelius kicks off at 4 p.m. Saturday in downtown. The Cornelius holiday festivities continue on Sunday with Christmas in Cornelius. Join us at the Oak Street Mill from 1 p.m. to 6 for a festive afternoon filled with cheer and excitement, including local artisans and small business vendors, Christmas-themed inflatables and activities, local craft brews, ciders and food trucks, a Letters to Santa station, live music and performances, and a visit from Old St. Nick himself. Mark your calendars, get your shopping lists ready, and bring the whole family to Old Town this Sunday for Christmas in Cornelius. The Lincolnton Christmas Parade and tree lighting is this Sunday. The Candyland Parade rolls down Main Street at 4 p.m. Stay downtown after the parade for Santa House, carriage rides, holiday activities, and entertainment with the tree lighting ceremony at approximately 6 p.m. Visit lincolntonnc.org for parade entry forms, information, and details. Speedway Christmas at Charlotte Motor Speedway is happening now through Sunday, January 5th. The Holiday Light Show features more than 5 million lights on a 4-mile course through the oval, pit road, and infield. The show also has drive-in movies on the gigantic Speedway TV. Speedway Christmas tickets and information are available at charlottemotorspeedway.com. From our family to yours, WSIC wishes everyone a happy Thanksgiving. To keep up with all the events happening around the community and much more, including amazing local deals, download the WSIC News app today.
I Heart Mooresville. Ooh, we should put that on a t-shirt. Sorry, New York. 1059 100.7 WSIC. Local starts here.
All right, welcome back to Heart Mooresville on WSIC. I'm your host, Don Smyle, along with my special guest, Kristen Ziese from the Christian Mission. Thank you for sitting in the co-host chair today. I hope you're having a good time.
Thanks for having me. This has been a lot of fun.
All right, so we're going to get into some of the more local things happening here, and feel free to chime in at any time.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, you were talking about, obviously, assistance the Christian Mission gives with job interviews and finding, employment. It just so happens that the town of Mooresville is hiring right now. There is a lot of opportunity within the town of Mooresville. So if you're listening, they are hiring for several positions. The communications and marketing specialist is an active opening at the moment. They have need for 911 telecommunication dispatcher. There is, in Christine's world, actually, there's a part-time event permit coordinator. So if you want to work for Christine and her team, this could be a great opportunity. Obviously, we're always hiring qualified police officers. We have a need for a police school resource officer. There's traffic operations and transportation manager. Just a few of the openings within the town. So visit the town of Mooresville's official webpage and to learn more about all the openings that are happening. All right. So, and let's see, what's going on in the world of parks and recreation? Happens to be close to my heart. So, we are preparing, we will be releasing our winter-spring guide in the coming weeks, and it will contain all things parks and recreation for the coming year. But there are some improvement projects going on that are pretty important that I wanted to touch on. Bellingham Park has several things going on right now. Improvement projects that will be, obviously, once complete, will improve your enjoyment of the facility. But right now, there are some things going on, including we're going to get new dugout covers at Bellingham Park baseball fields. They'll be replaced over the winter. No impact to the community. So that'll be nice for the participants coming up in the spring. The Greenway, there is a lot of work happening right now to connect the Greenway Park entrance at River Birch Circle. But it's closed until further notice, and we apologize for any inconvenience, but there's a lot of heavy equipment coming in and out of there, and we want to maintain people's safety. So just be aware that when you go to Bellingham Park, you're going to see some trucks entering and exiting the Greenway. So we would ask that you allow them to do their work so that they can complete in a timely manner and you can enjoy the Greenway in the spring. Also at Bellingham, they are upgrading the playground, be doing some renovations, including adding some fully ADA compliant amenities. And so that's really important. And obviously, we post updates consistently across our social platforms and on our webpage. So I invite you to visit our Facebook page and our Instagram page. Bookmark those so that you can keep up to date with all the things that are going on in the world of Parks and Recreation. Excuse me. Let me take a drink of water here. All right, much better. Also going on, Cornelius Road Park is having some upgrades done. And there will be portions of the park closed from time to time. Obviously, as the contractor makes us aware of that, we will make the community aware of that. So again, follow us on our social platforms to learn more about that. And obviously, a big shout out to our park services team. They work pretty 24/7, 365, maintaining our parks and facilities. They're going to be doing a lot of work over the winter, including pressure washing a lot of the shelters, the outdoor courts. They're going to spread mulch in our parks. So you're going to see our team out there consistently doing what they do best, and we appreciate everything that they do to maintain the parks and recreation opportunities for our community. And then we'll be doing some tree care. They'll be hard at work with some tree planting, tree trimming, ensuring all of our green spaces stay healthy and beautiful and safe for everyone. And we have a certified arborist on our team, which is kind of cool. Big shout out to Joel. And so they're always looking for ways to beautify and keep our parks clean and beautiful. So we appreciate everything that they do. And if you see the Christmas trees going up around town, that's also our park services team. So a big shout out to them because they're busy putting up all the festive ornaments throughout the town.
Thank you, Parks and Rec.
Yeah, well, thank you. All right. Excuse me. So a couple other things going on. As I like to say, there's so many things happening in the world of Parks and Rec. We have 7 divisions, and we have a lot going on. And so whether it's, I like to say from 5 to 95, we've got you covered. So, whether you're a child or whether you're an adult or a senior looking for something to do, we've got you covered. There's always something going on in the world of Parks and Rec. So I wanted to touch on a couple of those. We have opportunities for preschool. So we have a program called Mom's Morning Out. And it allows you to drop off your preschooler so that you can go out and run errands, go Christmas shopping, do the things you need to do, without having to keep up with your child. We'll take care of them. And so that is a program offered at the War Memorial Recreation Center Mondays from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. So obviously visit our webpage or call the center for more information about that. We also have Winter Break Camp coming up, which is December 30th and 31st and January 2nd and 3rd. And that is at 2 of our centers, Selma Burke Recreation Center and the Winnie Hooper Recreation Center. And so basically this is a program that gives your kids a break filled with laughter, creativity, and a chance to meet new friends. So we have indoor sports, crafts, and everything in between. It's a great opportunity to keep kids engaged and involved. And so Winter Break Camp is coming. So please visit mooresvillerecreation.org to learn more or call Selma Burke or the Winnie Hooper Recreation Centers. For teens, we have an after-school art open studio, which is, I'm a creative person, so I would have loved to have done this when I was a kid, right? I'd be able to do some art-based things. And so we provide the supplies, and your young artist can experiment with different types of media, including watercolors, pencil drawings, acrylic paintings, and more. So it's a great opportunity to kind of get your creative on, and so get your child exposed to the arts. This happens at the Selma Burke Recreation Center, December 11th from 4 to 6 p.m. And I mentioned we have adult programs, and so we have a program called Creative Writing for Adults. And it's a great opportunity to grab your computer, your pen, your pencil, chisel, a rock, whatever whatever you want to write on. It's a 2-hour space that is yours to use as you creatively need. And so you can write, plot, doodle, plan, or research all the things that are inspired by creative writing. This happens at the Selma Brook Recreation Center on Thursday from 6:30 to 8:30 p.m. And we also have an active adult program called Fit and Strong. And this is a nationally recognized program, which we started several years ago, extremely popular, but it allows you to get up and move, but also to, meet new friends. And it's a great opportunity to meet other seniors and people who are looking to stay physically fit and active. This happens at the Winnie Hooper Recreation Center, Wednesdays and Fridays from 10 to 11 a.m. And they are an enthusiastic group, I will tell you, having participated with them. Wow. You will have a great time. What else do we have going on here? Oh, yes, our therapeutic program, Dr. Lynn Hegedus. I always have to remember to say that because she earned that degree.
Yes, she did.
And we need to make sure that she is recognized for that. So Dr. Lynn Hegedus runs our therapeutic program at the War Memorial Recreation Center. She has a great program called Calm, Cool Coloring. I will not say that 3 times fast. But Calm, Cool Coloring promotes relaxation and creativity in a therapeutic and sensory-friendly environment. Participants will experience the benefits of coloring, stress relief, socialization, and increasing their fine motor skills. So if you would like your child or anybody in your family to participate in this, please call the War Memorial Recreation Center. This program is from Friday from 3 to 5:30 p.m. And then lastly, if you are feeling a little bit not wanting to hibernate over the winter, we do have tennis for all ages. During the month of December, there will be tennis programs available for all ages and all skill levels. So head over to mooresvillerecreation.org to see all of the opportunities available to get out and hit the tennis ball and get a little exercise. So
that sounds fun.
Just some of the things going on in the Parks and Recreation world. And I like to say, as I said, there are so many things going on. I would encourage everyone who's listening to visit and follow our Facebook page, our Instagram page, Mooresville Recreation, as well as our official webpage for all things going on in Parks and Recreation, because it is so hard to convey in a short period of time all the opportunities that exist within our 7 divisions. So, all right, so we have just a couple minutes here left, and so I wanted to play a quick game with you. You up for a game?
I'll try.
Okay. So we're going to do rapid fire questions.
Oh, no.
This is just whatever is on the top of your head, the first thing that comes to mind.
All right. My kids would tell you I'm terrible at this, but let's do it.
What's your best spot for morning coffee?
Couch.
Ah, okay. What's your favorite annual event in Mooresville?
Oh. Concerts.
Concerts. I thought you would say turkey trot.
Yes, I should have said turkey trot. You're right. We do it every year.
What is a hidden gem in Mooresville that people don't know about?
The Christian Mission.
Oh, my goodness. What a great answer. What is your favorite outdoor activity in Mooresville?
The turkey trot.
There you go. She got it in. All right. And how would you describe Mooresville in one word?
Oh, friendly.
Friendly.
Welcoming.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah.
Well, you have been friendly and very welcoming. I appreciate you taking the time out of your day to come tell us about the Christian Mission and all the things, the wonderful things that you have going on there. It's been a delight to talk to you.
Well, thanks for having me, and thanks for helping us celebrate our 85th anniversary at the Christian Mission. Come join us at the Turkey Trot.
Wow. So yeah, we appreciate all the things that the Christian Mission does. Good luck on your move. And obviously we'll have you back once that's done, and we can tell us all about the things that are going on there. So
I'll look forward to it.
All right. Well, everyone have a safe and happy Thanksgiving. Christine and I will be back next week here on Heart Mooresville on WSIC. We appreciate you listening. Stay safe. Have a great week.
Serving you better than ever before. 105.9